In my last video, I taught you how to create a woodland area or a forest location. And at the end of that, I mentioned that you could create a new level sequence and create a camera animation to bring this to life and export this as your own shot. So that's what we're going to do in this episode. We're going to create a camera and create some camera movement and then export that from Unreal. So let's jump into it. So as you can see, this is where we left off in the last one. We have a forest. I have changed the lighting a little bit. I added this sun sky element in just so that we get this really nice cloud animation up here. And then we've got this really nice sunset light coming through. So I think this looks great. But to create the animation, the camera shot, we want to go up to this icon here, which is level sequencer. We're going to add a level sequence. You can see before there was add level sequence or add level sequence with shots. The shot is the option if you want multiple shots. The level sequence is just if you just want one. We'll start with that one for now. Now in the content folder, you can name this. So we can call this Forest Shot 1. It's also important to remember that when you're creating a name for these, so project names, new levels, new sequences, you can't use spaces. So everything has to be together like this. So no gaps. We're going to press save on that, and this is going to open up the new level sequencer window. Now in here, you want to select this icon, which is going to create a new cine camera. As you can see, that has created this, and we're going to pilot that. So we'll right click cine camera actor. And if it doesn't say stop piloting cine camera, if it says pilot cine camera actor, then you want to select that. But by default, it should pilot this for you. Now we're going to select the cine camera actor. And just for now, I'm going to turn the view mode to unlit, just because lit mode is just slowing the computer down a bit and it's going to slow down this tutorial. Now, back to the cine camera actor, we are going to go into this option here. So lens settings, we're going to change this to a 12mm prime for now, just so we can see what we're doing. It's just making this really wide. Of course, if you wanted to, you can change this to any of these focal lengths, or you could go to a universal zoom and set your own custom focal length. So you can see 50mm is going to look like this, 200mm is going to look like this, but we're going to start on a 12mm. We're going to start nice and wide just so we can see the world that we have created. And if we go back to lit, you can see that's what this looks like. Now, if you go down into all of these other settings here, you can see we've got loads of different camera settings. You've got the lens settings. So if we drop down into here, you've got the minimum focal length, the maximum focal length. Now this is set to a 12mm prime, so that will be 12 on both. You've got a minimum f-stop, so we can pull this all the way down if you want a nice blurry bokeh. So you could go 1.8 if you wanted an f1.8 lens. Of course, you can go lower than this. You can go 0.1, but a 0.1 lens doesn't exist, so this might not look realistic. So I'm going to go 1.8 on this. Then some other settings, you can go into focus settings, and in here, this is where you can do manual focus. So we can change the manual focus distance. So if we pull this all the way down to 0 or 1.5, it's blurry, and that's because we've focused this close to the camera. And then as I increase the distance on here, you'll notice it gets less and less blurry, and that's because we're focusing out. Or alternatively, if you had an item in the scene, so if you added a layer in and you wanted the focus to be locked onto that, you could go into the focus method, go tracking, and then you would select the item that you want to track. Now, I don't actually have anything in the scene. I have a landscape and foliage, and you can't rack focus onto foliage for some reason, or at least I haven't figured out how to do that. So in my example, I can't do it, but if you added in an item, so an object, then you could add focus onto that. So I'm just going to go for a manual focus for now. So manual focus, and we'll just set it to the distance. So 436 centimeters is roughly the distance. Now, if you search for shutter speed in here, you can change the shutter speed. So if we go into post-process, lens, camera, shutter speed, currently set to 60, I'm going to go for 50. Now, I'm British, and in England, we typically shoot 25 FPS for real-time footage. And if you're following the rule of double the shutter speed, that would mean the shutter speed would be 1/50 for a 25 frames per second project. So by that maths, that means our shutter speed should be set to 50 on this sequence. But of course, if you're in America and you're used to using 30 frames per second, then you would change this to 60. Or if you wanted a high-speed sequence, you could just increase this to a number that you see fit, so 120 or above. But I'm going to go 150, and we'll X out of this. And now we can create some camera animation. So the Cine Camera Actor should be down here. We're going to go into transform and we're going to create this. And we're going to select this item, which is a new key at the current time with the playhead at 0 frames. Now you want to change this option here to 25 before we carry on. And then we're going to go towards the end of the sequence. So 125 frames at a 25 frames per second rate. That means this is a 5-second shot. So 125 divided by 25 is 5. So 5 seconds. So we've scrolled through to the end, 125 or 5 seconds. Now, if we go into this option up here, so make sure Cine Camera Actor is selected. If we go to location and we move the location, so let's go over to the right or the left, should I say. We'll change this axis. We'll add a little bit of a tilt. So we'll adjust this and then we'll tilt up. Now, if you go back to transform at that 5-second marker or the 125 frame marker, select add a new key at the current time. And now essentially we've created our basic keyframe animation, which if you're familiar with video editing is very standard to you. You set one number at the start, create a keyframe, go through to the end of the sequence, change the numbers, create a new keyframe, and it's going to animate from one point to another point. So let's have a look at that back. But as you can see, we are now keyframing, we're moving, the camera has done that animation, and that is our basic camera animation inside of Unreal now complete. Now, of course, if you wanted to do some focus pulls, for example, let's go to the beginning. Here we go. We're going to go into our focus settings. So on Cine Camera Actor, focus mode or focus, here you go, manual focus. We're going to pull this all the way down to 1.5. So we're going to really start off blurry. Create a brand new keyframe by selecting this button here. That's just outside of the screen record, but it says add a keyframe for this property. Then we'll go through towards the end. It doesn't have to be the very end, just somewhere towards the end. And we'll increase that up to a higher number. So we were at 400 or something before. Then we'll select it again to create that keyframe. And now when we play this back from the beginning, you can see we've got this focus pull whilst the camera moves, which is really nice. If you had an item in the foreground and an item in the middle, then you could focus pull from one to another to create that really cool movement. And of course, as you can see, because these are different points, as you were probably familiar in Premiere and After Effects and DaVinci and all of these other editors where you're using keyframes, you can move these keyframes. So if you wanted to increase the speed of that focus pull, then you just pull the second keyframe over and that's now a faster focus pull. Or vice versa, if you wanted to slow it down, just send it over to the right to increase the gap. But to export this now, you just want to go to this button here, which is render this movie to a video or image frame sequence. We'll go into settings. As of right now, it says unsaved settings. We want to set the output directory. So I'm going to go onto this drive. We'll select open. It's going to send it there. Now we'll change the output resolution to 3840 by 2160, which is a 4K UHD export. We'll use a custom frame rate and select the output frame rate as 25 FPS. Everything else we can ignore, we'll accept. Now we'll select render local. And as you can see, it says one or more jobs in the queue have an unsaved map as their target map. Maps must be saved at least once before rendering, and then the job must be normally updated to a point to the newly saved map. Basically, I haven't saved the project. That's all that really is. So we'll go up to this item here. Save to the current disk. We'll call this forest. So we're just saving this map. We're saving this level. Now, when we come back here to the sequence, render local, and this is going to use your computer to render this out. It's going to compile the shaders and then it's going to render this out as an image sequence. So rather than exporting this as a video file, it's going to export this as an image sequence. But when you go into Premiere or After Effects or your editor of choice, you can import this, select the first frame, and then that's going to import that as a sequence. And that is your shot created inside of Unreal Engine. Let me know if this was useful, and if there's anything else that you need a hand with, please do let me know in the comment section below. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one.